Annyeong, it's Mikey here, and guys, today's video is really exciting to do. It's coming to the year end. We're in December already, so I wanted to give you guys my top 10 switches of 2024. So I'm not ranking them from 10 to 1, but I just want to give you all 10 switches that I think are really, really great for this year. Specifically what I've tried this year. And hopefully you guys like it. Thank you again so much for your support. I can't believe we're already hitting 3K. So let's go straight into it and let's take a look at the sound tests.
So starting off, we're going to start with the Vermillo Kailh Prestige Silent switch. Now this switch you're going to hear in the sound test is quite quiet, but it also has a little thocking sound to it. So it's a silent thock, and you know what? You should hear it for yourself. Next, we're moving on to tactile. Now this is the BSUN Bumblebee switch. Now this thing is a heavier tactile, and I gotta admit, I really enjoyed using this. I'm more of a linear user, but I found that these tactile switches were really great, and of course, I'll give you a sound test. Another tactile switch you guys should try out this year, from this year, is the Akko Creamy Purple Pro. Now this one is a little bit more of a higher pitch switch, depending on the keyboard you're using. Feels really light, feels great though. And of course, let's go on the sound test with the keyboards. Now we move on to a little bit more of a clacky switch, which is the Wuque Studio Pearl switches. This one was an interesting one that was released this year, which with ball bearing stems that allows it to be more smooth, and it is actually quite interesting. It is a smooth switch. It kind of sounds thocky and clacky at the same time, but let's do a sound test. Now the next switch is the Geon Raw linear switch, not the HE, the regular mechanical switch. This one is a good clacky switch that I gotta admit sounds really clacky, depending on the board, of course, but is incredibly smooth and very little stem wobble. Now we've got Thok. This is the TTC Neptune switch, and it's actually a very good switch stock, thocky, deep sounding, smooth, a little bit heavy, but this is a switch, if you're looking for Thok, would work well, especially if you don't want to loop it. Next for Thok, we got the Keybay Blue Cheese Switch. Now this switch, recently released, I think it sounds really great. It's a great Thocky switch. It's kind of, how should I say, like staccato sounding, but it's good. Now this was a fan favorite of this year for a lot of people. It's the Gateron Smoothie switches. And honestly, this one is quite interesting. It's like an in-between between Thok and Creamy, but I would say it's more higher pitched, so it's depending on the board it could sound even clacky a little bit, but it's a very smooth switch, very good stock. Now this one is the BSUN X Keys and Cables Taro and Sweet Potato linear switch, which I really love the sound of. It's very, very good, where it's like a creamy, thocky sound, deep, and in most keyboards I think it sound really great. Um, yeah, I was quite surprised with these when I got them. They're not on the cheap side, but you should check them out from this year. They're really great. Now this one, as you may all know, is one of my favorite switches of all. This is the Akko Rosewood, and it's the creamiest sounding switch. It's also one of the deepest sounding switches I've tried. It can be scratchy sometimes, but if you leave it right, it's great. Now I want to give you guys a kind of a look into more of each switch. So from left to right, that's the BSUN Bumblebee, the Gateron Smoothies, this Silent, the Akko Green Purple Pro, the Geon Raw, the Wuque Studio Pearl, the Taro, the Rosewood, the TTC Neptune, and the blue cheese. Now the blue cheese, we're going to take a look quickly at a little bit of the stem wobble. So as you can see, there's very little stem wobble on that. Same goes for the TTC Neptune, the Rosewood, very little, as well as the Taro, has a little bit more actually. Of course, the Pearl switches has very little, it's a box stem. The Raw, surprisingly enough, very, very little stem wobble, almost none. The Kailh, not too bad, as well as the Smoothies, not so bad either. The Bumblebee, a little bit, but all of them pretty good switches in general. Now, one thing I do want to show you is the backlighting and how does it look on each switch. Because some of you guys out there like your lighting, and of course, we want to see what does the lighting look like, right? How does each switch affect the lighting? And of course, now you can see here, the Rosewood, not so great for backlighting. I don't mind it because I don't like backlighting that much, or I don't really care about it. But as you can see there, the Rosewood's not bad. It will affect the lighting though, right? So the Rosewood, because of the color of the switch, it will affect the color. Now I'm just trying to switch up the colors to see if I can give you guys a little bit of a different look to get an idea or better idea. But as you can see here, I'm just playing around a little bit trying to figure out the lighting here. But as you can see, right, like the Rosewood definitely has a bit different lighting comparatively. Same thing goes for the Pearl switches, changes it a little bit because the diffuser is pink. And the Akko Creamy Purple Pro, not too bad, but slightly. I would say out of all of them, the best lighting you're going to get is from the TTC Neptune, the Gateron Smoothie, and the Keybay blue cheese. Actually not bad. Surprisingly enough, not bad compared to the rest. So if you're looking for something with RGB, those are your choices. Now, this is a top 10, not saying which one is number one. Of course, Rosewood is one of my favorite ones, but all these switches are so good, and I enjoy using them a lot.
Now, what did you guys think? I mean, you guys know my number one switch. So let me know down below in the comments, which switch did you guys enjoy the most? You guys know my number one, though, out of all of them. It's the Akko Rosewood. I gotta admit, I love the switch. It is scratchy a bit, but the sound profile, typing, gaming on it, it's one of my favorite switches right now. And we'll see what other ones come out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to try some of the switches I really love to have. Maybe would have made it in this review, right? Of my top 10, which was like, I'm actually kind of excited to check out the Monsky switch. But yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. My current top favorite switches right now is the Keybay blue cheese, the Akko Rosewood. They're good. They're really good. I gotta admit, those are amazing switches. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time. Please check out the other video, guys, with like the top 5 creamy, top 5 thocky, and leave me a comment below. What else should I do? And I'll catch you guys next week.